Hi guys, gals, and my non-gender conforming pals. My name is Carrington. Welcome back to another video, or if you are new here, then welcome. I would love if you would hit that subscribe button down below and click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, today has been quite a day. I have my coffee, hazelnut latte thing. It's like 11 o'clock. It's actually like 11:30. I was gonna film earlier and then I got stuck on TikTok for a couple of hours. Don't know how that happened. Someone might want to check into that. Alright, in today's video, we're gonna be trying out some drugstore makeup. I don't know if I have enough for like a full face per se, but if not, of course, I'll dip into my Shop My Stash bag. But these are the products we're gonna talk about in today's video. I have this Kissed lash glue liner and it comes with a little pair of lashes. I have been on a lash hunt journey that doesn't involve like the glue that you like swipe on and have to stick. And then I tried the magnetics and I had a terrible experience with that. So hopefully we're gonna try this out. I have the Flower Beauty Fiber Fix Brow Gel in the shade Brunette. I got one of these hard candy lip balms. I have quite a bit from this like Milani range thing. So I have like the Supercharged Dewy Primer with the Revitalizing Face Mist and then the Milani Go Hydrating Skin Tint. I hope this will match. That's the lightest shade that they have, so we'll see if we can make that work. For bronzer and setting powder, I have this like contour palette. It looks like the contour might be a little bit dark, but we'll make it work. For brows, I have this Hard Candy Brows Now Brow Ink Detailer pen in the shade Medium. Then I have a Milani Highly Rated Mascara. I have the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer in the shade Fair Beige. And then I have a Milani, this is like their cream blush in the shade Nude Kiss. And then for eyeshadow palettes, I have, hold on, I have to put my stuff down because I still have them all in my hands. These two Wet n Wild Color Icon palettes, they're like $3.99. I have in Go Commando and Camo Flaunt. I'll either use just one or possibly dip into both. I don't know, we'll find out. But if you guys are excited to see my thoughts on these as well as how well they perform, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, so my eyelids are now nice and primed. Everything's ready to go. I finally got everything open. That took probably the longest time. Before I go in with any of the eyeshadows though, I do want to try out this Hard Candy Mint Refreshing Lip Balm. This was only like a few dollars, but the packaging has like this cute like Marilyn Monroe and some leaves. Okay, when you open it, okay, this is what it looks like. You only get about that much product. And then it smells like, okay, do you guys know those like little like mint treats or like big round white balls and they have like little streaks of red on them? That's what it smells like. Let's just apply it. Okay, glides on easily. Does feel very nice and hydrating. With the mint, I don't feel any tingling or anything like that. So overall, if you're looking for like a really cheap, because this was like $3 I think, a really cheap lip balm, it's going to be hydrating. You know, this is fantastic. But I don't know, you can get Burt's Bees for even cheaper and you get more product. That's just me. Okay, so for the Wet n Wild palettes, I have two. We have here's the thing. You literally have to like rip off the names of them in order to open it, and now I'm like, I don't know which ones they are. It just doesn't say anymore. So whichever ones they are. So I think I'm gonna try to dip into all of these. I think I'm gonna use like these two mattes from this palette, and then I'm gonna use these two mattes from this palette, and then I'm gonna use like this shimmer shade and I don't know, maybe that shimmer shade, I think is what we're gonna go with. What is everyone doing? It is snowing here, which is odd because it was supposed to snow yesterday, I was supposed to start like yesterday in like early in the morning hours, and we were supposed to get like 4 more inches. Okay, well then I wake up at like 9 a.m. and, oh no, I guess it was 8 a.m. I wake up at 8 a.m. and it's like bright and sunny outside, and my weather app had said winter storm advisory now from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, well it doesn't even start snowing until like 1:15, 1:20ish, and then it stops at like 7. And so we did not get anywhere 4 more inches. We got maybe like an inch and a half. And then we thought it wasn't supposed to snow today, and now it's outside snowing. So yay. So I'm inside filming. But you know, I was gonna film earlier, but I guess we all know how that went. So in a month, we are switching over to like a new system. Like we're going from like where we use 2 separate systems to do stuff to 1 system. And next month, like the last 2 weekends, we're working like 2 12-hour shifts on those weekends, because we have to take like over 8,000 orders, like doctor's orders or whatever, and none of them will electronically convert from these programs. Like they don't even talk to each other, so you can't like electronically convert. So we have to take over 8,000 orders and manually by hand put all these orders in the system and transfer over like patient charts, and oh, it's gonna be like a whole thing. Like we have like people from all kinds of departments coming and like doing this. We're doing it in our department. It's gonna be a whole thing. My coworkers at my second job crack me up. They all literally sit there and argue about like Star Wars theories. Like okay, I've never seen Star Wars, so I don't know. I literally can never ever partake in these you know, conversations. But like they will literally dive into Star Wars and talk about it for hours on end, and they'll like be like, okay, if Princess Leia and such were to get into a combat, who would win? And then they will like sit there and like discuss it for hours. I don't know, maybe it wasn't Princess Leia. Princess Leia character there, I think so. It was Princess Leia then. And then like they would be like, if Luke Skywalker and Anakin, like it was just those 2 alone together, like who would win? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so overall, like the mattes are like blending really nicely together. There is some fallout in the pan, and I will say this shade right here is what I use on my outer corner. I really had to build it up, and even with a ton of building up, it's still not anywhere near as like dark and saturated and pigmented as I would have hoped. But the other shades I used all up in the crease, and they all did fine. Okay, as for the shimmers, I kind of wanted to play around with them for a little bit. Brushes don't really work well for these shimmers, and as you can tell, like they're just like, I used a finger and they just aren't like super blinding. This shade right here is what I use on like my outer lid, and I had to like dig into it. Like, let me show you. Okay, it's just me. I just lightly swipe, like nothing. But so I literally have to like sit here and dig in here to get more off, and then just like even just like tapping over. Like you have to layer it a lot for it to look, I don't know, decent, noticeable. I don't know. Yeah, I would just say the shimmers are very like non-wowing. Okay then, so let's move on to the face. So for my primer, I have the Milani Supercharged Dewy Primer. It just says extends makeup wear with supercharged ingredients, including citrus, turmeric, ginseng extracts with an exhilarating citrus scent. Skin looks vibrant and luminous. That's all it says. It didn't come in like a carton with any other information, so. Okay, it does have like it has a citrus, oh my gosh, a citrusy scent. I wouldn't say it's anything like overly like powerful or anything. I will say, you know, it's there. I feel like I noticed the scent more. Like when I pushed it out of the tube onto my fingers, I feel like I didn't really notice the scent quite as much as I do once I started applying it to my face. Now it's on my face, like I can just, okay, so I said it wasn't overpowering, but now that it's on my face, like I can still smell it. Like my hands aren't anywhere near me. Like, okay, here's my hands near me, now they're like far away, and I just still smell strongly of citrus. Yeah, I've let it kind of like sit there for a little bit, and I can still just strongly smell the citrus. So if fragrance is not your thing, or citrus or anything like that, this is not going to be it for you. It's quite strong. Like I'm even debating like if this is good for me or not. Here is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. It's actually really not that runny. Like it's hardly running at all. And it's dewy, but like I don't really like this. The primer was like luminous and dewy, and I am not really, I guess up close I can see a little bit of the dewiness, but not as much as I was kind of expecting. Let me see. I think this will be an okay match for me. It's a little bit yellow. Okay, so it's a very light coverage. I think it really just kind of evened out my skin tone. It looks nice on the skin. Like I don't have any like heaviness, cakiness, anything like that. I will say it does kind of provide a little bit more of a glow with, I'm sure with the primer, you know, that helps as well. Okay, I have got to get my hair out of my face. I do not understand how people like just do their makeup with all their hair in the face. I don't get it. Okay, so the base is definitely feeling very tacky with it. Okay, so it's tacky, which I guess would mean like, you know, most people would set their like face with powder, but I don't like setting my whole face with powder, just like doing my under eyes. I don't know, but yeah, it's tacky. Definitely dewy, and just maybe like a very like light kind of coverage. I feel like it kind of evens out the skin tone a little bit, because you can still see like my redness, you can see like my zit pretty well. So definitely overall just like a very light coverage. So now we have this Wet n Wild Megalast Incognito All Day Full Coverage Concealer. All right. Okay, this is what the little doe foot looks like. Gonna apply some. Okay, this is brand new. Like I've never ever used this ever, and I like literally just purchased it not that long ago, but it smells awful. Like it smells sour. Like, oh man, okay. Why does it smell like that? Why haven't I heard anybody else talk about like the way this smells? Why is it just me? This smells like so awful. Nobody else has ever mentioned this. Like, why isn't anybody else mentioning like how terrible this product smells? So I blended it out with a sponge. I would definitely say it's like a very medium to full coverage. It definitely like hid my like dark circles, but you know, you can still really see like, you can see my zit, and you can also see like some of like the redness of the zit. I just cannot get over this smell. It smells like something sour, and I don't know, like paint, like sour paint is what it smells like. Nobody else has ever talked about this. Somebody needs to talk about this. This smells terrible. Okay, this is a no-go for me. I would say if you don't mind terrible scents and want something that's medium to full coverage, that's cheap, okay, yes. If you are like, I don't want anything as terribly scented as this, I can find something better at the drugstore, I would say definitely go for that option. Okay, so next I'm going to use the Milani Cream Blush in the shade Nude Kiss. I'm just going to take that on like the bottom of my little sponge, just a little bit, because I think we remember the Natasha Denona freak accident that happened. Oh yeah, this is definitely like a very nice, gentle, like kiss from within. There we go. Yeah, and it blends out like a dream. Like, it blends out super nice. Okay, so yeah, the cheeks look like I have a natural like flush to them. Okay, so inside the pan and what I got on the cheeks, this is, you know, much darker. Thought maybe like the pigment would be a little darker. I mean, obviously you can probably build it up. I don't think I need any more than this, but you can definitely build it up, or you could do like a very light wash like I did. I really, really like this. It has no smell to it. Thank goodness, because I think we've had enough of like overly scented products for today. So yeah, so here is this. I really like this. I think this is definitely one to kind of check out. It was like $6, I think. So yeah, I think this is a good product to check out. Okay, this was almost next to impossible to get open. Like, I broke some of my nails trying to like get this thing open. Okay, so let's just go ahead and take this little brightening shade. It has quite a bit of a kick up in the pan, and then we'll just set the under eye area. Okay, for the setting powder, you know, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't awful. I think it was more terrible that I couldn't get it open. All right, and then here's the bronzer. That is very pigmented, and I literally just dipped in once. So if you're pale like me, I would definitely just tap in lightly. So yeah, a lot of kick up in the pan. This was also really cheap, but it does look nice on the skin. It didn't like emphasize any textures or pores. The one part that I hate about this is that it has like this little clasp, right? You hear that? And then you can't get it open after that. Like, yeah, nope, I closed it. Now I can't get it back open. I think all we have left are brows, mascara, the lashes, the setting spray. Then I'll just have to go finish off my face. But I'm gonna do my brows and try to do the lashes like off of camera, so that way I have like plenty of like ample time to like try it out in multiple ways without trying to waste like your guys' time. And then I will come back on camera and I will let you know kind of like the best way to apply it, as well as what I think of the products. So I'm glad that I personally had some time to play around with the products myself, because I do have some opinions on said products and how they work. So let's first start with this fiber brow gel. So for my brows, when I am using a flick pen like this, I tend to like to use whatever brow gel I'm using to make them stand up first, so that way I know which way I need to draw my brow hairs. Now, this brow gel has a very, very, very teeny application. Okay, the first brow that I did with this application was this one over here. As you can tell, these two are very different. I'm going to get into why. So first of all, the first two dunks. So the first dunk I used out of this, I was like, oh, I don't think I have any product on there. Like, it barely made my brow stand up. The second dunk that I did with these, I noticed more pigment, and I noticed that they made them stand up. So then when I went over to do this side, this had accumulated so much product on here that literally it just looks like my brows were already poorly filled in, like very patchy filled in spots. So I was taking like a spoolie and like going through it, and it just made a huge mess. So I will say, if you have sparse brow hairs like myself, make sure that you are really like cleaning off the bristles along like the cap, because there is a lot of product that gets on here. I mean, like, this is just me cleaning it off. Like, that's it. You really need to make sure you're cleaning this off. This has a lot of product that gets on there, which you won't notice with your first two uses per here. So with this, make sure you're cleaning off your thing, or it's literally going to look like patchy little spots that are already filled in, and then it's next to impossible to get out. So there's just that. Okay, this. I'm not super good with like brow flick kind of pencils, okay? I'm used to regular pencils, but I was able to draw nice hair-like strokes. One thing I do notice is that it'll draw like 1 or 2 really nice fine hair like strokes, and then like the next one it like plops way too much product down, so then you've got like a and then like a little spot that you can like see like right here, like right in here, where like it like plops like way too much product in here, but then like everywhere else like these nice, you know, nice small hair strokes. That's like what I'm talking about. It's like it'll make some nice hair strokes, and then the next one it's like way too much product. So you do have to be kind of finicky with this one. This was also like $5-6. So this was super cheap, super affordable. So overall, I would say if you're wanting something cheap and affordable, you know, this is nice, but you do have to be mindful that you might get little spots like this where too much comes out sometimes. Okay, this lash liner glue, it made my lashes hold. Okay, let's just talk about this. So I originally tried it because I read the box. Okay, and the box says, first of all, it says apply to clean, dry eyelids free of moisture or makeup. Who is going to apply their lashes before their makeup and then try to do all of this like on top of your okay, then it says starting with one eye, apply the glue liner along the natural lash line, just like a regular eyeliner. Okay, did that. Then, before the liner has a chance to dry, immediately apply your Kiss False Lash Strip along the glue liner. Pat to set lash strip in place. Repeat on your other eye. Okay. So I did try this with one swoop of my eyes, and I found that it came off super fast. And so I was like, okay. So I decided to go do some investigating on YouTube to see how other people use this. Like maybe it is the makeup, like, you know, maybe this is one of those, like throw some bronzer in your crease and then like throw these lashes on and then call it a day. You know, like maybe it's one of those kinds of products. Not what I'm looking for, because I want something where I can wear my makeup and have lashes. Okay. I found a video from Juicy Jazz is her name. And she said what she really finds works with these Kiss liner lashes is do one line, wait for it to dry, do a second coat, wait for it to dry, and then do your third and wait for it to dry somewhat and then place these on. So that is what I did, and I have had like the most success with that. This Milani highly rated mascara. It is, this is a brand new, just open tube, and it is dry. It is so dry on my lips. I hate it. This to me is just not worth the money, the time, the price. Like, I have better mascaras. I put on 3 coats of this, and it barely looked like it did anything to my lashes. Like, I don't know who's highly rating this, but it's not me. It's definitely not me. Okay, so here is the final look all finished off. I will say, overall, we had some pretty good products. I would say the brows were the ones that were a little bit, you know, miss, and that concealer smelled awful. But overall, I think everything else turned out good. It looks really good. Let me know what you guys think down below. Have you guys used either of these two? What was your experience with the Flower Beauty brow gel and the hard candy like brow flick, brow ink thing? Let me know that. If you guys use like these Lash Kiss liners, let me know like if you guys also only apply like have to apply 3 coats for it to last a super long time. Let me know that. And now like my pin is like slightly dirty, and that's after I cleaned it off, but I'm not super mad or upset about that. I think that like I'm really glad that there are lashes I can now use, so that's a positive. So again, let me know what you guys think down below, and that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.